Our boy Wang Han is on his delivery route when his phone starts blowing up mid-hustle. He answers and some random girl immediately hits him with the, "I'm pregnant with your child" line. Wang Han ain't falling for that old scam, hanging up on her like she's wasting his time. Shaking off the weirdness, my man gets right back to his grind, weaving through traffic. He pulls up to the delivery center just as his co-workers are deep in some juicy gossip. Wang Han, looking way too cool for this job, asks his chubby co-worker what he's mumbling about. The chubby one starts spilling tea about some rich girl's wedding while our boy just ties his shoe. Gossip boy shows a pic of the crazy hot rich girl complaining she's marrying some ugly dude. Our boy glances at the phone and realizes he knows that face, and his whole demeanor changes. Wang Han snatches the phone from his boy's hand, confirming his suspicions. Oh, it's her. Wang Han remembers her as some drunk girl who tried to hit on him while his boy keeps yapping. The realization hits him like a truck. That scam call was from her, and it wasn't a scam. We flash back to a month ago with the rich girl stumbling down a fancy-ass hotel hallway. She's feeling dizzy and immediately suspects her drink was spiked. Someone's clearly up to no good. The rich girl barely makes it to what she thinks is her room, 809, looking completely wasted. She finds the door unlocked and just walks in, because that's not a massive red flag at all. Meanwhile, in a different room, our boy Wang Han is chugging something, looking absolutely defeated. My man's complaining about his aura being too intense, which is why he's stuck delivering food. The drugged-up rich girl stumbles into his room by mistake and just face plants onto the bed. She wakes up all hot and bothered, asking our boy if he's there to help her. Oh, we know where this is going. Our boy Wang Han is completely mesmerized, thinking she's a goddess while he's blushing like a tomato. The rich girl gets right up in his face asking for help, and my man's brain just blue screens. And we get the classic fade to black scene because of course we do. We all know what happened next. Gossip boy snaps our man out of his spicy flashback, pulling him back to the boring present. The chubby co-worker starts roasting him for spacing out, ironically asking if he hooked up with the heiress. The whole delivery squad joins in, clowning on Wang Han for all the wild stories he tells. Wang Han, cool as a cucumber, lights a smoke and claims he's just hiding in plain sight. His boys are still not buying it, but Wang Han just tells everyone to get back to work. Right on cue, a flashy red Lamborghini pulls up, making a scene right in front of them. The entire delivery crew collectively loses their minds over the ridiculously expensive car. A single high heel steps out of the Lambo, and you just know some drama is about to unfold. The rich girl, Suchi, emerges from the car, looking way too classy for this delivery depot. We get a close-up, and yep, it's the heiress from the photo, and she does not look happy. The entire delivery crew is down bad, with hard eyes popping out like cartoon characters. Gossip boy's brain finally starts working, connecting the woman in front of him to the photo. The whole squad collectively loses it, realizing the actual Su family heiress is right there. The heiress walks straight past everyone and calls out Wang Han for ignoring her calls. His co-workers are absolutely floored that their boy is getting called out by a billionaire. Wang Han plays it cool, pretending he didn't see any calls like a true professional dumbass. She drops the "I'm pregnant with your baby" line again, right in front of his entire crew. The whole delivery squad is absolutely bugging out, while Wang Han just looks done with this entire situation. Our boy, still in denial, asks the heiress if she's sure, clearly hoping this is all a huge mistake. Suki hits him with a dead serious stare and tells him they're going to the hospital to prove it. Gossip boy and the crew are now his personal hype men, telling him to get in the damn car already. Wang Han finally agrees but is still worried about his job, asking his boys to cover for him. The Lambo peels out, leaving the delivery depot and all logic behind in a cloud of dust. In the car, our boy is still trying to process, asking her if the baby is actually his. Wang Han steps up, promising to take full responsibility for her and the baby if it's his. The heiress just gives him this unimpressed side-eye, like she's not buying his broke-ass hero act. And then she just roasts him, asking how he'll pay for anything with his delivery boy salary. Wang Han leans back, acting like his delivery boy salary can actually support a billionaire's lifestyle. She drops the "I'm from the Su family" bomb, but our boy just calls her family status dumb crap. The heiress is done talking and decides to let her high heel on the gas pedal speak for her. She absolutely floors it, giving Wang Han a taste of that rich girl road rage he wasn't ready for. Our boy is freaking out, accusing her of trying to kill him while she just ignores his broke ass. They finally pull up to the hospital, and she tells him to get out like he's trash. Suki steps out looking like a final boss while Wang Han is still recovering from the whiplash. She warns him that her family will literally erase him if they find out he knocked her up. Wang Han, with zero survival instinct, puffs out his chest and screams about taking responsibility anyway. The heiress, completely unimpressed by his shouting, just tells him to shut up and get inside. Some random old dude in a hospital gown tells them to wait, adding to the weird-ass vibe. Our boy finally reads the sign for the operating room and starts asking the right questions. The heiress just gives him a cold look over her shoulder, telling him she's going in. The realization finally hits our boy's single brain cell. She's not here for a checkup. Weinhan goes from 0 to 100, grabbing her and asking if she's lost her damn mind. He's back on his I'll find a way hero speech, but she's looking at him like he's broke. The nurse rolls up with a clipboard, calling Suki for her procedure like it's a spa day. She grabs his hand and gives him this smug little smile, playing the part perfectly. The heiress just strolls into the OR, leaving Wang Han standing there completely stunned. Our boy is left fuming, realizing he's completely powerless against this woman's plans. The heiress is on the operating table with the surgeons asking if she's ready to start. Suki gives the camera a look of pure resignation, like she's accepted her fate. One of the surgeons preps a needle, telling her to relax like that's even possible. She squeezes her eyes shut as a single tear escapes. Okay, this just got heavy. At the last second, she throws up a hand and stops the whole procedure. She was bluffing. Meanwhile, our boy is outside having a pity party, convinced he's completely powerless. The door slides open and the heiress walks out, fully dressed and looking completely fine. Wang Han's brain just blue screens, completely shocked to see her standing there. Our boy jumps up demanding to know how the surgery was over so damn fast. She just says she's tired and asks him to drive her home, still roasting his broke ass. Wang Han, now her personal chauffeur, casually claims he can fly a fighter jet. My man puts the pedal to the metal, handling the Lumbo like he was born in it. As they pull into a rich-ass neighborhood, our boy gets a very important-sounding phone call. He answers the call looking all serious while the heiress is passed out next to him. The call is about some secret bidding event, confirming our boy is living a double life. He pulls up to her family's ridiculously huge mansion and tells her to wake up. The heiress looks completely drained, not saying a word as they finally arrive home. She tells him to bounce before her family sees him, but he's trying to be a gentleman. She shuts him down cold, telling him to mind his own business while he just waves it off. A high heel stomps down hard enough to crack the pavement. Oh shit, the final boss has arrived. The heiress, Suki, trips and almost eats pavement. Classic. Wang Han, our delivery boy hero, sees her fall. Here we go again. Wang Han catches Suki mid-fall, smooth but predictable. He calls her clumsy. Dude, she's rich, not graceful. Suki grabs his shirt, probably about to unleash hell. Oh. She punches him in the chest. Damn girl, chill. Wang Han grabs her hair. This is escalating quickly. He grabs her leg. This is getting weird. Bro, Wang Han carries her bridal style. Okay, this is officially a rom-com, we're in a fancy room. Safe to say he's at her place. Bet money. Our boy Wang Han is now playing doctor, tending to the heiress's ankle in her ridiculously fancy living room. Suki is trying to act tough, but my man insists on patching her up, pulling out a whole first aid kit. And right on cue, they get walked in on by two women who look absolutely shocked. We get the official intro. It's her pissed-off mom, Yang Huiman, and her concerned best friend, Lin Suefu. Wang Han tries to explain the situation calmly, but Suki decides to throw gasoline on the fire. She straight up tells them he's her boyfriend, who is just helping her out. This girl loves chaos. Our boy's face is pure shock. He did not sign up for the boyfriend role in this drama. The mom is absolutely losing it over the idea that her daughter is dating a delivery guy. Mama Su demands an explanation from her daughter, clearly not buying this sudden romance. She then turns her full wrath on Wang Han, pointing at him like he's a bug she's about to squash. Suki looks completely over it, probably regretting her decision to introduce a fake boyfriend. She tries to backtrack, telling her mom it was a joke, but Mama Su is not buying that weak excuse. The mom hits her with the guilt trip, reminding her she's engaged to some dude from the Chin family. Our boy Wang Han finally speaks up, defending the honor of delivery guys everywhere. Mama Su goes full Karen, calling him a low-class nobody who needs to stay in his lane. Oh, she pushed the wrong button. Our boy's intense aura is back, and he looks pissed. The best friend Lin Suefu steps in and tells Wang Han to leave before things get ugly. As he walks away, the best friend gives him a look like she knows there's more to this story. Mama Su is so extra, she tells the bestie to disinfect the floor where our boy stood. The best friend gets Sway alone and asks for the real tea, but she denies everything. The best friend, Lin Suefu, sees right through Suki's weak-ass denial about the delivery boy. Suki just drops the "I'm pregnant with his child" bomb on her bestie like it's the weather, and the best friend's brain just short-circuits, completely losing her shit over the news. She tries to talk some sense into Suki, who's just brushing it off as a drunken mistake. Suki doubles down, telling her bestie she's keeping the baby, engagement be damned. The best friend goes full on feral, thinking Sway has completely lost her damn mind. Sway calmly mentions our boy promised to take responsibility, like that solves everything. The bestie goes on a classic rich girl rant about how a delivery guy is beneath her. Suki hits her with the talk to the hand, and tries to change the subject immediately. The best friend mentions a bidding event, and wait a minute, wasn't that from our boy's secret call? The best friend's eyes light up, and you just know some terrible advice is about to be given. She hits Sway with the "I have a brilliant idea" line, which is never a good sign. The bestie suggests accusing our boy of rape, and Sway is rightfully disgusted. What a psycho. Meanwhile, Wang Han is just trying to find his way out of this rich people maze. My man's stranded in the villa district with no taxis, but a mysterious black car pulls up. The car stops right in front of him, because of course his ride just magically appears. A fancy-ass leg steps out of the car, and our boy looks like he knows what's up. Some old dude in a suit calls him young master, and the delivery boy cover is officially blown. The old-timer confirms he's the ride to that secret bidding event from the phone call. Wang Han plays it cool, saying his grandpa told him, confirming he's not just some delivery dude. Wang Han tells the old-timer he needs a wardrobe change, because you can't show up to a bidding war in a delivery uniform. The limo peels out, officially leaving his delivery boy persona in the dust for the night. We cut to the bidding event, and it's exactly the kind of rich people party you'd expect. Our boy Wang Han cleans up nice, looking like he owns the place instead of delivering food to it. But of course, the best friend Lin Duofu spots him from across the room. Busted. She walks up on him, still thinking he's just some random delivery dude who snuck in. The bestie really asks if he's working another part-time gig as a waiter. The audacity. Wang Han is starting to sweat, trying to figure out how to play this without blowing his cover. She just grabs him and drags him off like he's a misbehaving child, not even asking. The best friend goes full ride or die, threatening him to take responsibility for Suki's baby. Our boy is still processing the baby news, thinking she already handled it at the hospital. The bestie goes feral, grabbing his collar and confirming Suki is keeping the damn baby. The single brain cell finally fires, and he realizes the whole surgery was a complete sham. She gets right up in his grill, threatening him not to even think about ghosting them. And to really drive the point home, she stomps her high heel right on his foot. My man is screaming in pain while she just looks at him like he's pathetic. Cold. Their little soap opera gets interrupted by the announcer starting the main bidding event. Wang Han decides he needs to speedrun this rich people party to go find the baby mama. Some new girl in a suit rolls up and calls him young master right in front of the bestie. She introduces herself as his assistant, officially confirming our boy's secret identity is out. The bestie is gone, and our boy Wang Han tells his assistant it's time to get down to business. Wang Han and his assistant look completely shook as they walk into the main hall. Some dude on stage announces the Chin family is just claiming the bid, basically telling everyone to back off. We get a close-up on this new villain's greasy mustache as he demands respect. This clown is Chin Lei, the young master of the Chin family, and he's threatening the whole room. The assistant confirms this mustache-twirling villain is their main competition for the night. Our boy scoffs at the idea of this dude being a rival while his assistant explains their plan. The pieces finally click for Wang Han. This is the ugly rich dude Suchi is engaged to. Our boy gives the fiancé a death stare, realizing this whole bidding war just got personal. The auctioneer officially starts the bidding for the big prize, and you know it's about to go down. The fiancé, Chin Lei, opens the bidding with a cool 5 billion like it's pocket change. The whole room starts whispering, saying no one would dare challenge the Chin family. Our boy Wang Han immediately raises the bid to 6 billion without even blinking. The crowd absolutely loses it, wondering who this dude with a death wish is. Everyone's gossiping about how this clueless new guy is about to get himself killed. The fiancé's fist clenches so hard you can feel his ego bruising from across the room. Mustache Man starts screaming, asking who the hell is trying to start trouble with him. Wang Han just gives him a calm smile, explaining how auctions work to this clown. The fiancé doubles down, trying to intimidate him by saying the Chin family wants this. Our boy hits him with the ultimate power move, asking what that has to do with him. The whole room is bugging out, wondering who this new guy with a death wish is. Mustache Man gets all red-faced and UPS the bid, clearly not used to being challenged. Our boy Wang Han just casually raises it again, looking bored while doing it. The fiancé and his crew roll up on Wang Han, trying to pull the "we own this city" card. This clown gets right in our boy's face, screaming about how they always get what they want. Mustache Man throws out another bid and a death threat, thinking that'll scare him off. Wang Han just laughs, completely unbothered by the little man's temper tantrum. Our boy hits him with the 1 billion bid, and you can just feel the ego shatter. The fiancé finally snaps and throws a punch, screaming about feeding him to dogs. Wang Han catches the punch like it's a slow-pitched softball, not even breaking a sweat. Our boy Wang Han goes airborne and kicks Mustache Man right in the jaw, asking if he's all alone. The fiancé's whole crew comes flying in to jump him, but our boy looks completely unbothered. Wang Han starts using the furniture as weapons, yeeting a chair into some goon's face. We get the close-up on our boy's face and yeah, he's officially done playing games. My man turns into a human blender, taking out the entire squad with a flurry of kicks. Mustache Man is absolutely bugging out, shocked that some random dude actually hit him. Wang Han hits him with a smug-ass look, confirming he's exactly the one doing the hitting. Our boy launches himself for the final blow, about to send this clown into next week, and we get the massive impact sound effect because of course this dude got rocked. Wang Han has Mustache Man in a chokehold with his legs, completely and utterly owning him. Our boy Wang Han, fresh off the beatdown, asks the room if anyone else wants to bid. The auctioneer is absolutely terrified, confirming that no one else wants to get folded. Wang Han tells his assistant to handle the boring money stuff because he's got a baby mama to find. We cut to some other rich people drama, with a new old dude and a girl in a white dress. The girl, who is actually the bestie Lin Suefu, complains to her grandpa about missing the auction. Grandpa tells her to watch her mouth because they're waiting for a mysterious big shot. The bestie scoffs, wondering who could possibly make her powerful grandpa act so damn cautious. A butler rolls in to report that the Chin family got outbid and lost the auction. The bestie is completely floored, wondering who had the balls to snatch a win from the Chin family. Grandpa drops the bomb that the guy who won is the exact person they're waiting for. The bestie tells her grandpa she's got a dip to make a call, clearly trying to escape the awkward waiting. She's speed walking down the hall, realizing the Chin family's L means Suchi's engagement is probably off. And of course, she's so busy with her phone she walks right into our boy Wang Han. Classic. She immediately starts flaming him, still convinced he's just some delivery dude who keeps showing up everywhere. The bestie just walks past him to make her call, while our boy looks like he's connecting the dots. Wang Han enters the room and the grandpa greets him as young master, officially starting the big shot meeting. Our boy confirms the auction is handled, and then casually asks about the girl he just ran into. Smooth. Grandpa goes full wingman trying to set him up with his unmarried granddaughter, but Wang Han ain't interested. The old man starts dropping lore about Suchi's family and the now busted marriage alliance with the Chin family. Our boy gets real serious, asking about Suchi's personal life like he's running a background check. The grandpa keeps dropping intel, confirming Suchi is a stubborn good girl who's never dated. Our boy gets this smug-ass grin, realizing he's the first and only just as his phone starts ringing. And speak of the devil, it's the baby mama herself, Suchi, calling him right on cue. He answers and she wants to meet, so my man immediately agrees to pull up on her. Wang Han dips out while the grandpa is still trying to set him up with the bestie. Bro, read the room. We cut to Suchi looking all pensive on a park bench, probably overthinking this whole situation. A close-up shows she's definitely got a lot on her mind. The baby daddy drama is real. Our boy rolls up on a sick-ass motorcycle, ditching the limo for a more dramatic entrance. He stands over her like the main character he is, ready to drop some life-changing news. Wang Han puts his arm around her and just casually proposes, promising to take care of everything. The heiress hits him with the reality check, asking if his broke ass can actually afford a family. Our boy, in full rich guy mode, acts like money is just a concept for poor people. She points to her watch, basically asking him to price check his own financial doom. My man flexes hard, naming her watch down to the damn screws without even looking. Suchi is shook but still roasts him about his delivery salary. Old habits die hard. Wang Han goes full sugar daddy, talking about having kids while she tells him to chill with the bragging. And of course, the moment gets interrupted by her phone ringing. Classic drama timing. It's Mama Su telling her to get home because some new Chin family dude is there for the wedding talk. Suchi looks completely defeated and asks for a ride home, and our boy is all too happy to oblige. He tells her to hop on the bike, ready to continue his mysterious bad boy act. Our boy Wang Han is absolutely flying down the street on his bike with the baby mama holding on. The heiress is totally digging the bad boy vibe, leaning on him with a smile. They ride off into the sunset, or at least back to her ridiculously huge mansion. My man escorts her right up to the front door like he's been doing this his whole life. Suchi announces she's home, with our boy standing right behind her looking like her new boyfriend. Mama Su is already waiting with some new dude, looking pissed that her daughter is late. The heiress tries to play it off like she was just on a walk, which is a bull-faced lie. Mama Su immediately calls her out for bringing a man home, reminding her she's still engaged. The new guy on the couch gives a friendly wave, confirming he's the replacement fiancé. And we get the official intro. This is Chinhao, the second son, so they swapped out Mustache Man. Mama Su tells the new fiancé the wedding deal is on hold since his family lost the bid. This new clown, Chinhao, brushes it off, saying they should just get married first. Total red flag. And his inner monologue confirms he's a creep just trying to get her in bed. We got another winner here. Mama Su starts pressuring her daughter, dangling $1 billion bailout for the family business. Suchi ain't having it, giving them a hard no with her whole chest. Both the new fiancé and Mama Su are completely stunned that she'd dare to refuse. Suchi grabs our boy and drops the ultimate bomb. She's pregnant with his kid. Oh, it's on now. Mama Su's face just completely shatters. The meltdown is officially in progress. She points at our boy, screaming about him being a delivery guy while Suchi tries to calm her down. Mama Su goes full-on psycho, about to slap her own daughter for having no shame. Our boy Wang Han catches the slap mid-air because nobody hits the baby mama. He steps in between them, asking Mama Su what her problem is with delivery guys. My man calls her out for trying to sell her daughter, asking who really has no shame. Mama Su goes absolutely feral, screaming at him to let her go like he's a bug. The replacement fiancé, Chinhao, finally pipes up, calling the heiress a slut. This new clown starts threatening to kill her for embarrassing him. Bro, you just got here. The fiancé throws a punch at Suchi, but our boy smacks him down like a fly. Wang Han sends the clown flying across the room with a single backhand. Our boy pulls the baby mama close, claiming his woman and his kid. Damn, that was smooth. The fiancé is on the floor, throwing a tantrum and threatening them both. Pathetic. The replacement fiancé, Chinhao, grabs a heavy-ass ashtray because his fists clearly weren't working. This clown charges in screaming he's gonna kill our boy, who looks completely unimpressed. My man tells the baby mama to stand back, and she's clearly digging the protector act. The clown swings for the fences, trying to take our boy's head off with that ashtray. Wang Han dodges like it's nothing and just folds the dude with a single punch. Our boy stands over the clown, dropping the classic "you dare touch my woman" line. He gets on top of the replacement fiancé, ready to teach him a very painful lesson. My man just starts wailing on him, and the clown is screaming his head off. The replacement fiancé is getting his face rearranged and is now crying for help. Pathetic. The baby mama finally steps in and tells our boy to stop before he actually kills him. And just when you think it can't get any crazier, the final boss grandpa rolls in with his crew. The heiress recognizes her grandpa, while our boy Wang Han just stands there like he owns the place. The whole squad walks in on the replacement fiancé, knocked out cold on the floor. Talk about awkward timing. Grandpa Su hits them with the "I heard everything" line, and you know shit's about to get real. The old man points his cane at our boy, demanding to know if she's really pregnant by a delivery guy. Su Ki with zero hesitation just confirms it. Damn, she's really committing to this. The whole family starts bugging out, screaming about aborting the baby to save their asses. Some new Chin family goon says even if she does, she's still trash to them. Classy. Her family is in full meltdown mode, blaming her for ruining everything like a bunch of drama queens. The heiress just looks completely defeated, probably realizing her entire family is garbage. The heiress Suki finally snaps and tells her whole garbage family to shut the hell up. All the stress finally hits her, and she starts to pass out right in the middle of the drama. Our boy Wang Han catches her mid-feint going full hero mode and promising to get her out of there. Grandpa Su starts screaming at him to let her go, threatening to break his legs. Old man's got some nerve. Wang Han gives them a death stare, calling them out for being absolute monsters to their own daughter. He just scoops her up bridal style and starts walking out, completely ignoring her family's meltdown. The family goons try to stop him, so my man just stomps the ground and sends them flying. Our boy gives the room a final challenge, asking if anyone else wants to get wrecked. The entire family is completely shook, finally realizing they can't do shit to stop him. He just walks out the front door with her, leaving her trash family to stare in disbelief. Our boy takes the baby mama back to his delivery guy apartment, which looks surprisingly decent. He gently lays the passed-out heiress on his couch, trying to be a gentleman for once. As he sets her down, her phone slips out of her purse. You know something's about to be revealed. My man picks up the phone, probably about to snoop through her DMs or something. He realizes it's her birthday, and her whole family just treated her like absolute garbage. Damn. Wang Han goes full protector mode, vowing to flex on everyone because she's his woman now. 20 minutes later, the heiress finally starts waking up from her drama-induced nap. She sits up, looking around all confused, like she just woke up from a 3-day bender. Our boy rolls in wearing an apron, offering her food like he's a damn 5-star chef. My man cooked a whole-ass banquet for her birthday. The delivery boy act is officially dead. My man is flexing his 5-star cooking skills, saying even a princess would beg for a bite. The heiress tells him to shut up with the bragging, but you can tell she's totally impressed. She lays down a weird rule about not saying the word die, and our boy is completely lost. And then he pulls out a whole-ass birthday cake from thin air. This dude's full of surprises. He hits her with the happy birthday and a wink, going for the full-on charm offensive. The heiress is completely shook, asking how he knew. My man definitely went through her phone. He's just soaking it in, asking if she's impressed while she's having a full-on emotional crisis. We get the close-up on the single tear. Yep, he got her right in the feels. Our boy offers his shoulder to cry on, flexing that even supermodels don't get this privilege. And she just laughs, looking genuinely happy for once. Okay, that was actually pretty smooth. The heiress offers our boy a bite, looking way too comfortable in his apartment. She admits he's cooking his fire, and my man just hits her with a smug. Of course, they're doing the whole birthday wish thing, and it's getting dangerously domestic in here. Our boy gets down to business, asking her what the plan is with that smug-ass grin. The heiress calls him out, asking if he's really gonna step up like he promised. He challenges her to marry a delivery guy, and she just agrees on the spot. These two are insane. The baby mama is all in, looking like she's ready to burn her old life to the ground. Our boy looks like this was his master plan all along. This dude is playing 4D chess. And of course, his secret life phone starts blowing up, ruining the moment. He steps away to take the call, and you just know it's more rich people business. Our boy is on the phone with his subordinate, asking for the latest drama in his secret life. His boy warns him some assassin named Hydra is in town specifically to put him in the ground. Wong Han, cool as ever, just lights a smoke and says he'll deal with it tomorrow. We cut to the heiress, Suki, getting a birthday call from her bestie while eating cake. The bestie is pissed our boy wished her a happy birthday first, still roasting him for being a delivery guy. Suki just keeps eating her cake, completely ignoring her friend's incoming meltdown. She drops the "we're getting married tomorrow" bomb, and the bestie's brain just short-circuits again. The best friend is in full-on panic mode, trying to figure out how to save her from this disaster. The heiress says she'll beg the big shot who won the auction for help, not knowing it's him. Meanwhile, our boy gets word that some eldest princess is asking about him. This dude's got problems. Our boy is pissed, asking his subordinate if he really snitched on his location to this new mystery girl. His boy is bugging out, saying this princess would have literally castrated him if he didn't talk. Wong Han is so stressed he crushes his damn lighter. Yeah, this new girl is definitely bad news. He's screaming at his boy for selling him out after all their brothers from other mothers talk. The subordinate tries to play matchmaker before faking a bad signal and dipping. What a coward. Our boy is left alone realizing he's got yet another woman-related disaster on his hands. His phone starts buzzing again, and my man looks like he's expecting another crisis. It's a text from the bestie, Lin Zufu, formally introducing herself to the big shot auction winner. She's trying to set up a business deal and offers to do anything he asks. She has no idea. Wong Han gets a smug-ass look, realizing the baby mama's best friend is trying to simp for him. The bestie's grandpa calls to apologize for her snooping, but our boy already knows what's up. My man orders a sniper rifle for that assassin and gives the baby mama a whole business district. The heiress is just chilling in his apartment, looking way too comfortable for someone who just disowned her family. She gets a text from the big shot she's been simping for, not knowing it's the dude in the next room. The heiress is absolutely beaming, thinking her luck has finally turned around. Oh, you have no idea, girl. Our boy asks what's up, and she hits him with the "you wouldn't understand" line. The irony is killing me. He starts roasting her for reading books, trying to keep his delivery boy cover intact for some reason. My man leans in with the ultimate "you don't know me" line, and the riz is undeniable. She's completely flustered, thinking he's about to collect on that marriage promise tonight. But he hits her with the gentleman act, offering her the bed while he takes the couch. Smooth move. Our boy hits her with some unsolicited pregnancy advice before leaving her blushing in the bedroom. The heiress is down bad, admitting to herself she was actually hoping he'd make a move. We jump to the next morning, because it's time to get these two legally bound. My man starts his day with some casual one-handed handstand push-ups, because of course he does. The heiress walks out and roasts his workout, asking if he's practicing some kind of frog jutsu. He drops some badass martial arts name on her, but she's clearly not buying the delivery boy's secret skills. She calls him out asking why a delivery guy needs to know a genuine killing technique. He hits her with a wholesome backstory about protecting his family, and she's totally eating it up. The heiress is now playing house, making him breakfast and calling him thoughtful. My man tells her they're going to his place after breakfast, and you know it ain't this apartment. The heiress says they need her papers to get married, while our boy keeps up the poor delivery guy act. She calls his bluff, asking if he's backing out, and he just smirks like the smug bastard he is. My man asks about meeting the parents, but she's playing the long game. Baby first, family drama later. She admits her family would never approve, so she's going to trap them with a grandkid. Savage. He asks if he's marrying into her family, and she checks him out before dropping the bad news. The heiress roasts him one last time, saying his family background is a little weak. Our boy hits her with the "am I not good enough" line before telling her to get on the bike. She hops on, and my man tells her to hold on tight before they speed off to make it official. They peel out of the Civil Affairs Bureau, leaving all common sense in the dust. And of course, some new goons are watching, with the chubby one calling her a bitch for sleeping with a delivery guy. The chubby goon orders his boys to kill our man and kidnap the heiress. Real classy. Scarface and his crew are all too happy to follow orders and start the chase. Our boy and the baby mama are just trying to enjoy their post-wedding ride, completely clueless. Wong Hen clocks the van tailing them, realizing their little joyride is officially over. He tells the heiress to dip, trying to get her out of the line of fire before shit pops off. My man starts weaving through traffic like a pro, trying to shake these clowns. He drops her off at a safe house, which is definitely not his delivery boy apartment. Our boy gives her one last look before peeling out to handle his new fan club. He confirms the van is still on his ass, officially luring them into a trap. Wong Hen floors it, ready to lead these goons on a merry chase right into an ass whooping. Our boy pulls up to the safe house, which looks more like a damn mansion than a hideout. My man does a power slide so hard he cracks the damn pavement. A little extra, don't you think? We get a close-up on his shoes, because I guess his footwear is important to the plot now. He looks up and spots someone on the balcony, probably thinking it's his backup. Nope, it's Scarface from the van. The goons beat him here and it's an ambush. Our boy isn't even surprised, just annoyed he has to clean house before his real fight. He just walks right into the trap house like he's paying rent. This dude has zero fear. And look what's waiting for him. The sniper rifle he ordered to deal with that Hydra assassin. My man picks up his new toy, giving props to his boy for the quick delivery. He's checking out the scope. But hold up, is that a bra on the bed? My man's priorities are a mess. And of course the bestie, Lin Suefu, walks out in a towel and starts screaming. She's still roasting him for being a delivery guy, asking what he's doing in her family's villa. Our boy spots a sniper's laser dot on her forehead and immediately tells her to get down. He tackles her onto the bed just as a bullet shatters the window behind them. She's still trying to fight him off, completely clueless that he just saved her life. My man pins her down, telling her to shut up before she gets them both killed. He gets up all business while she's still trying to process the near-death experience. Our boy gets on the scope, calling out that Hydra assassin like he's been waiting for this. He opens fire like a damn professional and the delivery boy act is officially dead. My man literally shoots the other sniper's bullet out of the air. Okay, John Wick. The other sniper returns fire, shattering the window right where our boy's head used to be. And we see Hydra, the so-called legendary assassin, folded on the ground looking absolutely shocked. Our boy acts like it was nothing while the bestie is having a full-blown meltdown in her towel. But hold up, Wang Han's face goes from smug to oh shit real quick. A second bullet comes flying in, confirming this party has more than one uninvited guest. He screams at the bestie to get down, tackling her for the second time in 5 minutes. My man uses his own back as a shield while the bestie is just screaming her head off. He realizes there's another shooter and grabs the first piece of clothing he can find. My man eats her dress, realizing he's got Hydra, the Van Goons, and a mystery shooter to deal with. He's using her dress as a decoy, sarcastically welcoming all the guests who came to kill him. Our boy is locked and loaded while the bestie is still trying to process the whole near-death in a towel situation. My man returns fire from the damn bed, turning this fancy-ass villa into a full-on war zone. He nails the other sniper's scope dead on, and this old dude is completely floored he got outplayed. The second shooter starts spraying and praying from the rooftop, clearly pissed he just got his gear wrecked. Wang Han tackles the bestie again while she screams about him being a pervert. Girl, read the damn room. My man literally catches the bullet casing midair like some kind of action hero. He drops some lore about the bullet belonging to a whole-ass assassin organization called Abyss. Our boy asks the bestie who she pissed off, and she's just as clueless as ever. Wang Han starts sweating, realizing he only brought 2 bullets to a 3-assassin party. The bestie finally remembers she told some Eastern European boss to kick rocks. Oh, so it's her fault. Our boy shoves the bestie's head down, screaming at her to be careful while she's still in a towel. They're just chilling on the floor together, surrounded by broken glass while she's still processing. My man picks up a shard of glass talking about using his special move. Bro, this ain't an anime. He makes a full-on dash for the window, ready to take on a sniper with a piece of trash. Our boy eats the glass shard with the force of a damn bullet. The delivery boy act is so dead, the old man sniper gets a face full of glass and is absolutely bugging out. He just got styled on. And just like that, both snipers are down for the count. My man just cleared a rooftop with pocket change. Our boy stands up and tells her it's safe, dusting off his hands like he just took out the garbage. The bestie finally realizes a delivery guy can't do that, but he hits her with the mind your business. She threatens to snitch to the baby mama, but our boy just shushes her like she's a damn child. Our boy tells the bestie to shut up, realizing the party ain't over yet. The bestie is bugging out, finally understanding she's in a full-on action movie. She's clinging to him for dear life while he plays the cool hero, ready to investigate. The Van Goons finally make it inside, still confused about the delivery guy being here. Scarface and his crew decide our boy must be a common thief, not the brightest bunch. My man just strolls down the stairs and gives them a casual wave like they're old friends. He hits them with a smug-ass grin, asking if they're here for him. The ball's on this guy. Scarface starts running his mouth about the replacement fiancé and threatens to break his legs. Our boy's just trolling them now, asking what their brilliant plan is. The goons finally charge, ready to get folded for messing with the wrong delivery guy. Our boy immediately starts cleaning house, kicking some goon right in the face. Scarface gets a face full of foot, and you can tell his ego is taking a major hit. My man has already folded half the crew and Scarface is the last clown standing. Scarface is having a full-on crisis, wondering when delivery guys started training with ninjas. This clown's pride is so hurt he charges in, refusing to lose to a delivery guy. Our boy just casually leaps over him like this is some kind of video game. He stomps the sword right out of his hand, officially ending this dude's whole career. The bestie finally comes downstairs, just in time to see the aftermath of the beatdown. She starts screaming her head off, completely forgetting she just survived a sniper attack. Scarface gets back up, telling her to shut it, while our boy just watches, completely unimpressed. Scarface grabs the bestie, pulling the classic I'll use the girl as a shield move. He puts a sword to her throat, but the bestie is still trying to threaten him with her grandpa. Our boy Wong Han just calls his bluff, telling him to go ahead and do it. Ice cold. My man keeps walking forward, taunting the goon who is now visibly panicking. Wong Han hits him with the "you don't have the balls" stare, and he's not wrong. Scarface is completely losing his shit, screaming at him to stop. Yeah, he's bluffing. Something flies past them and cracks the wall. My man is using telekinesis now? Nope. Our boy just teleported in front of him and stopped the blade with 2 fingers. Scarface is having a full-on meltdown, realizing he's completely powerless against this dude. Wong Han just stares him down, asking again why he hasn't done it yet. Absolute menace. Scarface is stuttering his ass off, finally realizing he picked a fight with the main character. Our boy just shatters the damn sword with his bare fingers. The delivery boy act is officially buried. The goon and the bestie are both completely bugging out, wondering what kind of anime shit this is. My man lifts him by the throat, calling him worthless trash while the bestie just watches the show. This clown tries to name drop his gang, the Black Dragon Society, like that's supposed to be a threat. Wong Han hits him with the "and so what" before smacking him into next Tuesday. Absolutely savage. And just like that, the last goon is folded on the floor, leaving our boy standing victorious. The goon tries to guilt trip him about the path of crime. Bro, you literally just kidnapped a girl. Our boy is not having any of that weak-ass excuse and just stomps the dude's face in. Scarface is screaming his head off as he gets a free dental rearrangement. That's a wrap, folks. Scarface is on the floor, pulling the "I have an old mom" card to stop the beat down. Pathetic. Our boy gives him 3 seconds before Scarface snitches that the replacement fiancé is after the baby mama. Wong Han is officially pissed, realizing his new wife is in danger. He kicks the goon for not leading with that info. Bro, you gave him 3 seconds. And right on cue, the cops show up to ruin the party. The bestie is now fully dressed, by the way. Our boy tells the bestie to handle the cops and dips out to go save his wife. The cops roll in, trying to calm down the bestie who looks like she's seen it all before. One of the cops flashes his badge, asking for the story. Time for some creative storytelling. The bestie spins a yarn about a home invasion while she was showering. A classic, believable lie. The cops haul away the goons while the bestie watches, having successfully covered our boy's ass. The cops find the two snipers our boy just folded, realizing they ain't your average street thugs. Meanwhile, the replacement fiancé admits he drugged the baby mama before. Bro, this is a whole new level of psycho. The baby mama is trying to get this clown out of her room, but he's still pissed about our boy. And this psycho just lunges at her, officially choosing to go to jail forever speedrun. Then he pins her to the bed, gloating that no one will come to save her. Even mocking the stinking delivery guy for being unable to save himself. And his villain speech is cut short by a shoe rearranging his face, because Wang Han has arrived, sending the creep flying with a perfectly timed kick. Wang Han stands over the creep laying down the law about touching his woman. So of course the rich boy pulls out the classic, "Do you know who my dad is?" card? And our boy's response is basically, "I do not care and he is gonna pay for you." This just prompts another charge with Chin Hao screaming about his rich dad's power, earning him a second kick for his troubles, this time straight to the gut. With the trash officially taken out the window, he calmly tells Su Chi she is safe now, and she melts into his arms completely relieved he showed up, while the loser scrambles away still yelling threats about the delivery guy. But then Wang Han suddenly asks for the time, completely changing the mood. Because he is late for a meeting and invites her to come along. Their next stop is a massive skyscraper for some serious business, where they walk into a meeting and Su Chi is greeted as President Liu, so she is the boss, and an assistant is shocked to see him calling him young master before he cuts her off, playing it off like she is just an old classmate, much to Su Chi's surprise. So the assistant just has to roll with it, agreeing it is a total coincidence. And they quickly pivot to business, sitting down for the project meeting. Just then a whole welcoming committee of executives bursts in to greet President Liu, and leading the pack is Su Chi's own grandfather, Elder Su, who apparently rushed over without even eating. He is that hyped for this deal. But then he immediately questions why Su Chi brought a random guy to a high-stakes negotiation. Her dad immediately starts yelling, telling Wang Han to give up his seat and serve drinks. Then some other relative tries to hijack the meeting, telling President Liu to just deal with him. And when Su Chi tries to protest, Grandpa just tells her to get the water already, while her uncle chimes in that she should just focus on getting married, peak family support. But Wang Han finally speaks, asking what right they have to steal her project, which gets the whole table screaming at him for daring to have an opinion. And they start mocking her for dating a delivery guy, even throwing in a fake pregnancy rumor. Grandpa orders her to throw Wang Han out, but she stands up for him, which just makes the old man absolutely lose his mind over her insolence. So Wang Han calls them all shameless, and Grandpa demands to know who this upstart is. And our boy just turns to the assistant, claims Su Chi is his fiancée /U00E9, and says the project is hers. This completely throws the cousin for a loop, who keeps trying to argue she is not qualified. But the assistant shuts it down, saying it is Su Chi or the deal is off. Then she adds the ultimate burn, telling Grandpa he is not qualified to meet her boss. Elder Su is just left sputtering, completely outplayed, and sweating bullets. So the uncle immediately starts groveling, promising the project will go to Su Chi. This assistant then dismisses the entire family, saying she only needs to talk to Su Chi now, leaving the old men to shuffle out of the room with their tails between their legs. And as they go, the cousin gets told to shut his mouth by his own dad, while Wang Han just smirks at the clowns who played themselves, ready to sign the deal. Kicked out of the meeting, the cousin immediately starts whining to his dad, but his father just tells him to chill, because he has got a backup plan. And then he drops a juicy family secret: Su Chi is adopted, which her own father confirms, calling her a total disgrace to the family name. Grandpa immediately starts scheming, asking about her biological parents for leverage, but they are apparently long gone, leaving behind nothing but a worthless pendant. This uncle's grand strategy is to let her do all the work and then steal the project, so creative, and the cousin is all smiles, totally on board with this brilliant act of betrayal. Meanwhile, at a completely different corporate tower, a new player enters the game, where a guy in a slick suit asks two security guards for a light, and the guards are friendly enough asking if he is there for an interview. He deadpans that he is a delivery guy, so they joke about being mortal enemies, but the suit guy just takes a drag, completely unbothered by their little rivalry. Suddenly the guards snap to attention, fawning over the arrival of their company president. And he scoffs at their reaction, so one guard tells him to know his place. Just then, President Liu herself appears, and he greets her as she goes to get the car, leaving the guards starstruck that she even acknowledged them, much to his amusement. One guard gets way too familiar, giving him a condescending lecture on having dreams. And right on cue, his dream pulls up in a red sports car, telling him to get in. He gives the stunned guards a final wave, leaving them to question their entire reality. His guards are left completely speechless as the sports car peels out, and inside President Lu is thrilled, saying he must have a big shot to thank for the project. So he smirks that she'd better thank him properly, then drops that they are getting married tomorrow. She is totally blindsided, but he explains it is just so his kid has a father, a true romantic. Firing back, she tells him his $30,000 a month offer is way too low, and he just scoffs, asking what a delivery guy is worth anyway as they speed off. Their destination is a ridiculously fancy modern mansion, where he teases her for knowing the way, but she just credits her GPS. Just as they are walking up, she has to pause to take a call. And our boy gets one too, the old man reporting the Black Dragon Society stole a shipment. He agrees to handle it, but then the old man pivots, asking about the marriage rumors, which makes Wang Hen flip out, demanding to know who snitched, surprised it was Lin Qingyun. Then comes the classic lecture about all the rich daughters he is ignoring, followed by the ultimate threat: his big sister is coming tomorrow, and he completely panics. He hangs up fuming, threatening to pull the old man's oxygen tube, but plays it cool for her, saying it is nothing before they head inside. They walk into the massive, minimalist living room, where she notices a card in his pocket and asks what it is, though he just brushes it off as a greeting card and says he is starving. Taking his jacket, she sits down, thinking that maybe having a house husband is not so bad after all. Wang Hen plays the perfect house husband, telling her to relax while he cooks, and he fully commits to the bit, calling himself a kept man for his wife. Leaving Su Chi completely speechless at this sudden domestic bliss, this next day it is off to a government building for some official business. And just like that, they walk out officially married, mission accomplished. She asks if he is going back to delivering food, but he jokes about hitting on girls now, which earns him a huffy walk-off that he clearly finds hilarious. But then it is back to work, time to handle that task from the old man. And his destination is the swanky headquarters of the Black Dragon Group. Turns out the Black Dragon Society went corporate, upgrading from street gang to shady business, running all the classics like loan sharking, and he is here to crash the party. In the lobby, two goons at a desk ask him what he is here for, so our boy just coolly announces he is here to collect a debt. They think he is a customer until he clarifies the debt is from their boss, Baldy Lou. Which prompts the standard "you are tired of living" speech as they charge, and the first guy throws a punch that was absolutely doomed from the start. Wang Hen blocks it without even looking, already lining up a counter kick, which sends the goon flying through the air. One down, his buddy charges in next, completely failing to read the room, earning a beautiful kick straight to the jaw for his troubles, with the lobby goons officially redecorated. Wang Hen calmly asked to be taken to the boss, Baldy Lou. Upstairs, said boss is in the middle of some very important sleazy business, and his guest seems to be enjoying the flavor of his wine. Baldy Lou promises to fill her up later, a true gentleman of culture, but their quality time is interrupted by a tattooed goon bursting in, which makes the boss furious, yelling about who dares enter his territory. This poor guy is terrified, trying to explain who just showed up. But Wang Hen makes his own entrance, yeeting another minion through the door, delivering the unconscious goon right to Baldy Lou's feet. This boss pulls a gun, absolutely losing his mind over this disrespect, so Wang Hen just casually flicks a little something his way, which embeds itself in the desk, leaving the boss totally confused. Then he recognizes the black card and the tough guy act instantly vanishes. His own man confirms it is from the 10 Elders Society, a group you do not mess with. And our boy just smirks, glad they are finally on the same page. Baldy Lou immediately drops to his knees as the goon names Wang Hen the ninth prince, and suddenly he is begging for orders, his whole demeanor flipped upside down, even gets the honor of lighting Wang Hen's cigarette. What a promotion. Wang Hen finally mentions the stolen shipment and suddenly it is all just a big misunderstanding. Wang Hen casually lectures him on the poor life choice of stealing from the 10 elders, dropping a classic edgy line about how the black card executes even gods and ghosts, but Baldy Lou suddenly finds his spine, pulling the gun again and blaming Wang Hen for his own bad choices. In response, our boy just flicks his cigarette but with impossible speed, which hits the gun with enough force to shatter it in the boss's hands, a real party trick. He then calmly states a simple fact: everyone who has ever pointed a gun at him is now dead, and with a single swipe he uses the card to end the conversation permanently, sending the now former boss collapsing to the floor. His lady friend screams murder, while the tattooed goon just stares, processing the sudden job opening. This tattooed underling cannot believe his boss was just taken out so easily, and the backup arriving in the hall is equally stunned by the news. This whole crew is here now, staring at their former leader on the floor. Wang Hen grabs the tattooed goon, offering a simple choice: become the new boss or join the old one. Unsurprisingly, the guy picks promotion and immediately pledges his loyalty, with the whole gang following suit. Satisfied with the hostile takeover, Wang Hen just tells them to get his goods, and just like that another successful corporate restructuring is complete. Meanwhile, some old dude with a head injury is marching toward the building. Ignoring his subordinates' warnings about Wang Hen, he storms right up to the entrance. demanding to see the boss of the Black Dragon Society. His brilliant plan is to pay Baldy Lou any price to kill that delivery guy. Talk about bad timing. Except upstairs a completely different guy is telling everyone he is in charge now and they are calling him Brother Long. This bandaged uncle storms right in, yelling for a boss who is very unavailable, and he is still demanding to see Boss Lou, completely oblivious to the recent restructuring. So the new tattooed boss clarifies that Lou's position has been vacated permanently, without missing a beat. The uncle offers this new guy 50 million to take care of someone, and his high priority target is, you guessed it, a food delivery guy. Brother Long is skeptical, thinking this rich kid is pulling his leg about a $50 million hit on a nobody, but the uncle is dead serious, raving that this guy beat him up and stole his woman, which is just music to the new boss's ears. A big payday on his first day. This client has one special request: he wants to watch the guy die with his own eyes. And with that, Brother Long rallies the troops to go get revenge for their new best friend. Meanwhile, Wang Hen is back in his delivery uniform getting ready for a shift, and he casually waves goodbye to his co-workers. Hopping on his sport bike, he takes a cool drag from his cigarette, totally unaware of the posse heading his way. Suddenly a black van cuts him off hard in the middle of the street. It is the bandaged uncle leaning out with a pipe and a face full of misplaced confidence. Wang Hen just stops his bike, looking more annoyed than anything else. This uncle launches into a rage-fueled speech vowing to make him kneel and cry, then charges forward swinging his lead pipe with everything he has got. In response, Wang Hen just flicks his fingers, sending a little something to shut him up, and follows it with a knee to the gut, asking who was supposed to be kneeling now. Wang Hen repeats the uncle's threat right back at him, and just like that the guy is forced to his knees on the pavement. This uncle, not one for self-preservation, starts screaming at his hired help to do their job, but our boy just casually lights a cigarette as the whole crew piles out of the van. This new boss, Brother Long, smirks, saying he is curious to see how tough a delivery guy can be, while his client demands they make Wang Hen wish he were dead. A real charmer. Brother Long gets way too familiar, putting a hand on Wang Hen's shoulder, which is a move with a notoriously short life expectancy around our boy. Wang Hen immediately asks who he is calling friend while twisting his arm into a pretzel, then scolds him for getting arrogant 5 minutes into his new management position. This new boss suddenly recognizes him, panicking and calling him the Ninth Prince, which leaves the bandaged uncle totally baffled by this sudden change in tone. So Brother Long, furious at being set up, delivers a swift kick to his now former client, sending the dude flying for the second time in as many minutes. Wang Hen puts his foot on the uncle's chest, giving him one final warning not to provoke him, and as the guy sweats buckets, our boy has one last thing to add, a little PSA that Su Chi is his wife and next time he will not be so lucky. With that business handled, he checks his phone, annoyed he is going to be late for work. This uncle, still not reading the room, yells at Brother Long for failing to take out one guy, who just explains that this is one delivery guy you absolutely cannot afford to mess with. Back on the clock, Wang Hen pulls up to a seriously sketchy apartment complex for delivery, and the inside is even worse, a real 5-star dump, so he just gets on with it, knocking on the customer's door. A guy who looks like he has been awake for a month answers, paying with cash, but Wang Hen immediately senses something is very wrong here, and his gut was right. A woman in the background screams for help. Her captor immediately smacks her, telling her to shut up while his buddy watches, and the first goon tries to play it off, telling our boy to get lost, but his partner is not so calm, deciding they need to get rid of the witness. Wang Hen cannot believe his luck, stumbling into a kidnapping on a routine delivery, and the first guy charges out ready to make a huge mistake, which earns him a swift kick right back into the apartment. One down. Our boy is just so annoyed he has to get physical over a 20 yuan order. This second goon, now holding a machete, realizes this is no ordinary delivery guy, so he charges forward, screaming about sending Wang Hen to hell for being a busybody, only to have his attack stopped with one hand getting roasted for his terrible form, followed by a quick arm twist and a punch straight to the face, which sends him flying as the captive now begs Wang Hen to save her. Wang Hen just casually kicks the door shut, ready to finish this up, looking completely unfazed. Just another Tuesday for the Ninth Prince. With the kidnappers handled, the captive girl begs Wang Hen to save her, so he calmly unties her, asking if she is okay to walk, then drapes his jacket over her shoulders. A true professional, he has already called the police and hands her a phone to call her family, and now it is time for some light housekeeping like tying up the trash. These two goons get a front row seat to a lecture on their poor career choices, after which the woman introduces herself as Zia Weining and thanks him profusely, but the name Wang Hen makes her freeze up completely. She just silently hands him her phone, much to his confusion, and suddenly he is on the line with a woman yelling about him getting married secretly, forcing him to stammer an explanation to his big sister that he is on his way, who promptly hangs up on him because family is just the best. At that moment, an old man with bodyguards bursts in yelling for Weining, and it is her dad arriving to find his daughter safe next to a random guy and two tied up goons. He rushes over to hug her, frantic with worry, but she just points to Wang Hen, explaining this big brother saved her life. so Wang Hen just tells the cops to take the criminals he thinks he knocked out. This father offers his sincere thanks and our boy just confirms it was him, no big deal, which makes the old man realize this is no ordinary delivery guy. He is sensing a master's aura, and he pegs him as a grandmaster, offering his business card for any future trouble in the city. Wang Hen politely accepts the card from the martial arts master, promising to visit, but he immediately turns down a cushy job offered to be the guy's personal muscle, leaving the old man wishing he could have recruited such a promising young hero. Downstairs, our boy heads back to his bike as the cops handle the kidnapping aftermath, muttering about all the trouble one delivery caused before deciding to go find Suchi. He peels out of there, leaving the whole mess in his rearview mirror, and pulls up to a massive corporate skyscraper. A little while later, inside, some guy in a suit is telling a woman named Nan, and he flew all the way back from abroad to save her from a crisis, but Shi Linging Pang's target of affection shuts him down cold. Help not needed, thanks. This dude then lays on a guilt trip about rejecting other women for her, so she tells him to back off and use her full name, Suchi. His next brilliant move is to grab her arm, begging her to be his woman, a real class act. Suchi shoves him off, dropping the ultimate combo breaker: she is married and pregnant. This news absolutely shatters his fragile little world, and right on cue Wang Hen walks in, casually noting his growing list of rivals. The suitor immediately tries to pull rank, yelling at this employee for interrupting a very important rejection, so Wang Hen just holds up lunch for his pregnant wife and Suchi proudly introduces her husband. Our boy is just basking in the warm fuzzy feeling of being called husband for the first time, which sends the other guy into a full-on soul-crushing meltdown. Wang Hen just calmly points him to the exit, explaining that he and his wife would like some privacy, then turns his back, leaving the fuming third wheel to process his spectacular failure. This rejected suitor storms out, vowing revenge, while Suchi tells Wang Hen to fire the front desk, and our boy just smugly comments on how weak his rival was, but Suchi clarifies he cannot be a rival if there were never any feelings involved. He just smiles, taking her point as she gets ready for lunch, only for him to suddenly snatch one of the food containers away, teasing that if they have no feelings for each other then she gets no food. She immediately plays the pregnancy card, reminding him he is obligated to feed her, and after one bite she has to admit his cooking is incredible. Suchi even offers to fund a restaurant, but he scoffs that not just anyone is worthy of his cooking, which prompts her to ask just how many other women he has cooked for. He tries to play it smooth, insisting he is only cooking for the baby, not her, so she changes the subject, asking why he is not in his delivery uniform. His brilliant explanation is that he lent his clothes to a sexy girl he rescued, which earns him an immediate eviction notice from a very unimpressed Suchi. He tries to lecture her about pregnant women staying calm right as the door slams in his face. From inside, she yells at him to go deliver food to his new sexy girl instead, and she is still fuming for a moment before checking her phone. It is a text from kid's dad saying he is off to earn money for baby formula. A follow-up text invites her to dinner as the child's father, and she cannot help but smile. Outside, Wang Hen just sighs, calling her a stubborn woman before heading out. Wang Hen just smirks, much preferring husband to child's father, and with that ego boost he is off to his next destination. Speeding through the streets on his trusty delivery bike, he pulls up to a fancy villa, clearly not here for a food order, and walks in with a woman named Enian right into a lecture from her aunt. Enian immediately drops the bomb that they are married, so deal with it, which sends the aunt into a spiral over her marrying a delivery guy, but Enian stands her ground, insisting she knows exactly what she is doing. Right as two more men arrive to try and de-escalate the family drama, one of whom gives a suspiciously warm welcome to his new brother-in-law, they send the couple upstairs to change, leaving the rest of the family to plot, and the aunt immediately asks her nephew if he is just going to let this happen. He is already called for backup. This two of them are absolutely delighted at the thought of teaching this trash a lesson, and their muscle arrives, a portly dude introduced as young Master Chin. The Sula character promises him a surprise for coming on such short notice, just as Enian and Wang Hen come back downstairs to find the unwanted guest, and she immediately asks what this guy is doing at a family dinner. This aunt just brushes her off, demanding she sit next to young Master Chin, but Enian points out the very obvious problem: there is only one chair left. A man at the table clarifies that is because riffraff do not get to sit with the Su family. Wang Hen just asks why he cannot sit, and the family tells him to know his place, until the head of the table shuts them down if you do not have a chair squat. Enian immediately offers her seat to Wang Hen, ready to stand for him, which makes her dad slam the table, ordering her to sit with young Master Chin. But one cold hard stare from Wang Hen has their honored guest sweating buckets, and suddenly young Master Chin is politely offering up his own chair. Problem solved. This aunt is absolutely scandalized that he would give his seat to a peasant, but Chin insists, practically forcing Wang Hen to sit down before he gets hurt. Our boy then drops a bomb, telling kid's mom to sit down because she is pregnant, and proceeds to serve her food, leaving the entire family speechless. Meanwhile, Sula pulls young Master Chin aside, promising a special surprise, while Wang Hen and Enian just try to enjoy their meal amidst the chaos. This big surprise, Sula drug Enian's wine so Chin could have her. What a great cousin. Young Master Chin is not thrilled realizing this idiot is trying to get him killed, so he immediately screams a warning about the knockout drug in the wine. Enian is stunned and Chin wastes no time pointing the finger straight at Sula, which earns the scumbag a face full of wine from a very angry Enian. Sula is just left sputtering, covered in the evidence of his failed creepy plan, and Wang Hen gets up cracking his knuckles ready to do some housekeeping. A swift punch sends Sula reeling. Family dinner is officially over. Wang Hen stands over the loser, giving him one last very clear warning about touching his wife, and with Enian calling the place filthy they just step over the body and leave, leaving the rest of the family to tend to their bruised and humiliated cousin. Later, driving in a sports car, Enian demands an explanation for the night's events, specifically asking why young Master Chin was so terrified of him, to which Wang Hen gives a smug non-answer about how some people just need a good slap. She calls him out for bragging, gently reminding him his status is a real problem for her family, but he just scoffs, claiming his family's rules are way stricter than hers. That bravado vanishes the second he gets a text, his face dropping in pure panic, because Big Sister has arrived and given him a 10-minute countdown to show up. They speed over to a sleek modern apartment building, with Enian wondering who on earth could have him this spooked. He warns her to be on her best behavior, which she finds pretty funny coming from a delivery guy, but our boy is dead serious, telling her not to mess this up. They walk in to find a woman in a blue dress smoking and radiating an aura of absolute authority, and Wang Hen immediately switches to a cheerful doting little brother routine, but his sister Rao Rushuang is clearly not impressed by the act. Her first word to him is a single ice-cold command, kneel. To Enian's absolute shock, the unstoppable master immediately hits the floor, and then Big Sister turns to her, inviting her to join the party. Wang Hen tries to play the pregnancy card, insisting Enian cannot kneel, but Enian steps in herself, earning a very skeptical look from Big Sister. This sister gives a long unimpressed stare, clearly not buying it for a second, and her response is to just kick Wang Hen across the room for his bad habits. He is on the floor trying to plead his case, but she is not listening at all. She lays down the law. Family punishment comes before any explanations, but Enian jumps in front of him, shielding him from any more discipline. She goes full mama bear, calling out the sister for being completely unreasonable. Big Sister calmly lists the family virtues, asking which one Enian thinks he broke. Then she drops the charges: secret marriage, premarital pregnancy, and marrying someone unworthy. Enian is absolutely furious, demanding to know who exactly is worthy then, so Big Sister just casually lists the 4 ultra-powerful fiancé /U00E9s he already rejected. Wang Hen tries to play peacemaker, reminding his sister again about the pregnancy, but Enian suddenly tells them both to drop the act. She thinks she has figured it out. This whole thing is just a childish play between them. She accuses Wang Hen of faking the entire powerful family drama because he is insecure. He insists it is all real, but he is done with the drama and does not want his kid in this mess. With that, he tells Enian he will find her after the baby is born, and she just walks out. He warns his sister not to chase after her, reminding her that Enian is carrying his child. His sister just scoffs, dismissing Enian before revealing she is here on a mission from the old man. His sister hands him a bead, revealing it as a token for yet another arranged marriage, and Wang Hen is just staring at it like, hello, already married here. But one death glare later, he is promising to obey the old man's orders, no questions asked. Meanwhile, Enian has taken refuge at her friend Zufu's swanky villa, where Zufu gently suggests that maybe Wang Hen was not faking his whole powerful family act. Enian scoffs, completely convinced he just hired an actress to play his big sister, but her friend brings up a solid point. You know the trope about secret tycoons disguised as delivery guys. This sudden defense of Wang Hen makes Enian extremely suspicious, and she immediately accuses her friend of hiding something from her. This interrogation quickly devolves into a tickle fight, because of course it does. Once they settle down, Enian asks for an update on contacting a certain big shot, and right on cue there is a knock at the bedroom door. In walks some guy in a suit, Lin Jingping, looking way too pleased with himself, who just happens to know the exact big shot they were talking about. He is talking about the billionaire who just dropped a fortune on the new district project, and he offers to personally introduce Enian to him. What a coincidence. Elsewhere, Wang Hen is on a balcony fuming that Su Qi is ignoring his calls, but his mood shifts when he gets a new text message. He gets his hopes up for a second, thinking it is Su Qi, only to be immediately let down. It is just the girl he rescued, asking where to return his clothes, and he bluntly tells her to just throw them out. Wang Hen is left holding the marriage bead, wondering how to find this new fiancé, but his thoughts are shattered by a phone call. His subordinate Tai Tu is dead. He is stunned to hear the man drowned while heroically saving others, and back in her room the girl he rescued is crushed. He told her to just throw his clothes out. She is already spiraling, wondering if she will ever see her mysterious savior again, right as her dad barges in, asking why she is so mopey. He insists he knocked, clearly trying to figure out what is on her mind before ordering her to attend the Zhou family's young master's birthday party for him. She immediately refuses, disgusted by the guy who was saved from drowning and then insulted his rescuer, so her dad pivots, asking if she ever contacted that delivery kid. She just tells him Wang Han wanted the clothes thrown away, looking defeated in her dad's eyes, accepting that his matchmaking attempt was a total bust. Meanwhile, Wang Han arrives at the Taishan Grand Hotel looking ready for business. Stepping out of a nondescript van like he owns the place, a whole crew is waiting for him, including guys called Blind Men and Smiling Buddha. Real subtle, they all greet their boss, ready to move on his command. Just then a fancy white car pulls up to the same hotel entrance and the girl from before gets out, spotting a familiar looking back in the distance. She quickly dismisses it, telling herself she must be mistaken. While inside, the birthday boy gives a speech about surviving his near-death experience. This birthday boy Zhou Feiyu gives a speech about how his good fate saved him, not the guy who died. He then shows off a 9-layer cake because that is what is truly important here, but a reporter crashes the party asking for a comment on the hero who drowned for his sake. His polite facade instantly cracks, demanding to know who let her in. On his command, security swarms the reporter and starts dragging her away. He even lands a kick, still screaming that he survived because he is just that special. Meanwhile, the girl Wang Han rescued arrives just in time to see this charming display. She is absolutely disgusted, but her escort tells her to stay out of it. Zhou Feiyu pins the reporter to the floor with his foot, ready to teach her some manners. He raises his leg for a full-on stomp, threatening to kill her for asking a question, when a shoe suddenly flies right at his head, interrupting his little tantrum. It makes perfect contact, sending the scumbag tumbling backwards. He hits the floor in a daze, wondering what just happened. Wang Han and his crew are here, asking who exactly he planned on killing today. This rescued girl is thrilled, realizing her brother Wang has shown up. From the ground, Zhou Feiyu just orders his men to attack the newcomers. His goons pull out batons, ready to defend their boss's right to be a monster, but Smiling Buddha just tells the first guy to get lost with a single effortless kick. One goon is already down for the count, completely neutralized, and another of Wang Han's crew takes down a second attacker with zero effort. One of Wang Han's guys drops a goon with a single brutal kick, while another sends a second goon flying with a clean right hook. This whole crew just stands there over the wreckage, not even breaking a sweat. Zhou Feiyu finally finds his voice, demanding to know who these people are. So Wang Han calmly lights a smoke, explaining his subordinate Tai Tu died saving people for nothing, and hearing this birthday boy call that sacrifice foolish really bothers him, but our villain just doubles down, screaming that his rich life is obviously more valuable. Then he calls in a whole new wave of goons to prove his point. Unfazed, Wang Han offers one chance apologize at Tai Tu's grave. Zhou Feiyu's response is predictable. He orders his men to kill them all with a sigh. Wang Han picks up a chair, noting the offer has officially expired. He brings it down with some serious force, sending the birthday boy face first into his own 9-layer cake. Covered in frosting, Zhou Feiyu can only sputter and rage from the floor, as Wang Han looms over him, confirming that second chances are now off the table. A swift kick to the face follows just for good measure. On the ground, the villain is still trying to process how some hick is doing this to him. Just then, two distinguished-looking gentlemen arrive on the scene, one named Zhou Xinghui. This birthday boy immediately starts crying for his dad to save him. Well, this is getting good. Daddy Dearest just points at Wang Han, ordering his bodyguard to kill him. This rescued girl begs her bodyguard to save Wang Han, who is apparently in danger. So this Grandmaster bodyguard leaps in with a flaming fist, calling our boy an arrogant brat, but Wang Han just casually catches the punch like it is absolutely nothing, and the bodyguard is completely frozen, his ultimate move totally shut down. Smiling Buddha then steps into play, grabbing the guy's wrist with a grin, unleashing a move called Immortal Caresses the Peak, which is just a fancy way of slamming the guy's head into the floor. Daddy Dearest is just stunned, wondering what happened to his top muscle, while the defeated bodyguard recognizes the technique, realizing they are up against the Gu family. Suddenly the dad's all smiles and apologies, trying to de-escalate with the friends from Hong Kong, but Wang Han is not having it, reminding him his son already blew his chance, so the dad pivots to bribery, offering a measly 1 million for the dead mechanic's life, which earns him a boot to the chest as Wang Han roars that his brother's life is not for sale. He grabs the old man by the collar, absolutely livid at the disrespect. But incredibly, the dad just laughs it off, saying a mechanic's life is cheap. Wang Han threatens to bankrupt his entire family, and the dad basically dares him to do it. So his assistant makes one simple phone call: crash all Zhou family businesses now. This old man is still laughing, asking if they are filming a movie. The denial is real. And right on cue, a panicked employee bursts in with some very bad news. Turns out all their partners have belayed and their factories are shut down by the South China Lei clan. And just then some new big shot from the Lei clan shows up with a wink, making Daddy Dearest immediately switch to full-on bootlicker mode, and now he is on his knees screaming at his son to apologize for the misunderstanding. But Wang Han puts a foot on his back, clarifying there is no misunderstanding at all. This old man desperately tries to name-drop his brother in the military headquarters, so our boy just smirks, telling Blind Man to make a call of his own. One quick check on the Zhou family's military connection is all it takes, and Blind Man gets right on it looking bored as ever. Wang Hen just tells them he is taking the kid, consequences be damned, while the birthday boy is dragged away still screaming for his uncle to save him. This dad gets a call and smirks thinking his powerful brother is on the line, except it is his brother screaming that they have messed with a military big shot. Now the uncle is getting stripped of his rank and the dad is just speechless. Next stop on this apology tour, the cemetery. They are at Taitu's grave ready to pay proper respects, and the birthday boy is ordered to get on his knees, still whining about his rights as Wang Hen shoves him down. Our boy just orders him to kowtow and apologize properly, and a foot to the head ensures he bows with appropriate enthusiasm. With the apology delivered, the crew pours one out for their fallen brother. Meanwhile, a woman named Nanan visits a grave paying respects to her grandma and a brother, and she confesses to the tombstone that she is pregnant by a delivery guy her family hates, while also ranting about some other guy who faked being rich. Grandma was right, men are trash. Changing the subject, she mentions a kind benefactor who recently saved her from a crisis, leaving her grandma's favorite snacks as an offering on the headstone. As the rain starts pouring, she says her goodbyes, promising to visit again soon. An assistant is already waiting with an umbrella to escort her to a nearby car. Inside, she is bickering with her cousin and a friend about the sudden downpour, but their argument is cut short when a massive limo blocks their path out of nowhere. This cousin starts screaming about which suicidal maniac is in his way. Just as a whole crew of men in black suits and umbrellas emerge from the luxury car, they are all there to respectfully greet their young master, who is Wang Hen. Standing in the rain, he gives orders to make arrangements for Taitu's orphan daughter. From the other car, Nanan's friend spots him asking if that is the guy she knows. Nanan is just stunned, wondering what on earth he is doing at a cemetery. Then she sees the big shot from the Lei clan, the guy from the hotel, opening the car door for him. Her friend is absolutely losing it, asking who that VIP is, but Nanan has no idea. This cousin, however, recognizes him immediately. It is the crown prince of the Lei clan. With their business done, Wang Hen's entire motorcade pulls away, heading for Taitu's house. Her friend is still reeling, telling Nanan to call him because this is clearly not just some delivery guy. Nanan flatly refuses to call him, saying it is impossible, so her cousin just blames the rain, changing the subject to a big shot she needs to meet, and he gives a seriously slimy smile, confirming it is all arranged. As they drive away, the plan is set to introduce her in 2 days. Meanwhile, Wang Hen's crew arrives at a quiet apartment complex, confirming with the boss that this should be Taitu's place. Wang Hen approaches an old man sleeping on a bench, asking if this is the right house, but the grandpa has no idea who Ironhead is. Total confusion. Our boy clarifies using his fallen brother's real name, Chen Qiang. That name rings a bell, and the old man points them upstairs, asking if they are here for the inheritance, then mutters that his greedy relatives have already seized the apartment. At the top of the stairs, they find a little girl squatting all alone in the hallway. One of the crew is already seething as Wang Hen gently asks if this is her home, and she just says her dad went to a faraway place, which is absolutely heartbreaking. These guys are floored. This is Taitu's orphan daughter. Wang Hen asks why she is not inside, and she explains her aunt and uncle will not let her in, then points to a cardboard box, saying her auntie told her that is asterisk her home now. Lineman is absolutely livid, calling them shameless for making a kid live like an animal, so he just kicks the front door right off its hinges. Inside, 2 relatives are enjoying a seafood feast, completely unaware their meal is about to be interrupted. This uncle screams about his door being kicked in, clearly interrupted from his very important meal, so Wang Hen calmly asks when exactly Taitu's apartment became his property, and this guy actually threatens to call the cops, prompting Wang Hen to ask if he is even human, which earns him a swift knee to the gut for his troubles, sending him and his entire seafood dinner flying across the room. With the trash handled, Wang Hen tells Smiling Buddha to give them a proper welcome, and Smiling Buddha is more than happy to oblige, cracking his knuckles with a grin, delivering a very thorough one-sided beatdown to the screaming relative. After a quick attitude adjustment, they are suddenly begging for mercy as Wang Hen asks the little girl her name. Gyu. Blind Man points out the obvious, leaving her with these monsters is a death sentence, so Wang Hen just asks Gyu if she wants to come live with them, and she immediately says yes. He then tries to volunteer Blind Man for parenting duty, who panics, saying he is a killer, not a babysitter, but it is too late. The little girl has already chosen her new guardian, tugging on his jacket. Blind Man immediately pivots, telling her to call Wang Hen godfather, and just like that it is official, leaving our boy to just smirk at how he became a dad only days after getting married. This next day, we cut to a much nicer apartment complex, and there is Wang Hen in an apron serving his new daughter breakfast before school, who seems to be having the time of her life while he is busy texting, trying to get Nan to eat, but she is still furious, telling him to stay away until her baby is born. He just sighs about her temper as Gyu happily announces she is finished and ready to go. Wang Hen plays the part, agreeing to take his new daughter to school, and of course it is some ridiculously fancy private academy, where he gives her the classic study hard pep talk, all thanks to Uncle Lei. Then they head into the principal's office for the official welcome, meeting the principal and a certain teacher Zia, and Wang Han is completely stunned because he definitely knows that teacher. She is just as surprised, happily calling out to brother Wang, then immediately asks if the little girl is his daughter, so he just rolls with it, patting her head like a proud papa. This principal, seeing they are old friends, conveniently delegates the tour to her. With Gyu in good hands, Wang Han says his goodbyes to go work, and the little girl waves him off, calling him godfather, while he promises to pick her up later with a smile. This teacher immediately starts prying, asking if he is her real dad, but she is all sympathy after Gyu explains her real dad is in heaven. Outside, Wang Han sits on his bike, already complaining that being a dad is hard. Just then his phone rings. It is a woman asking if her bastard missed her, and he is instantly flustered, asking this eldest princess how she got his number. She orders him to get ready for her visit tomorrow, but he tries to shut it down, saying he is married, which means absolutely nothing to her since she already knows his wife's name. Wang Han is absolutely losing it. This princess investigated him and is coming tomorrow, and of course she hangs up on him before he can argue. This next morning he is back on dad duty, dropping Gyu off at school. Deciding he should probably give his pregnant wife a heads up about the incoming chaos, he texts Nan to ignore a woman with a ponytail, but she just assumes it is another hired actor, leaving him to sigh about how complicated women are before lighting up. Back on the bike, he is just another delivery guy worried about being late, and his next stop is some ridiculously opulent mansion. Our boy cannot help but be a little impressed by the sheer scale of the place, then rings the bell announcing the food delivery has arrived. He offers the pizza box with a polite smile as the door opens, but the woman who answers is a very familiar, very surprised face. Wang Han just plays it cool, calling it a coincidence with a smug little grin, while she dismisses him to her friends as just the delivery guy. Her friend comes over recognizing him, so the woman admits they were junior high classmates, which only confuses the friend who has absolutely no memory of him, so he gives a fake name, Zhang Wei, claiming he was just a forgettable nobody, but a guy in a suit immediately calls him out. There was no Zhang Wei in their class. This new guy then scoffs at the very idea of a former classmate working as a delivery driver, even questioning why a big boss like her would ever know such a person. This suit-wearing clown lectures him about the massive gap between the rich and poor, then pulls out his wallet, asking why the delivery boy is still standing there. With a smug grin he offers a couple hundred as a reward. What a philanthropist. Wang Han is barely holding back while the guy asks if his generous tip is too small. Our boy just smiles, pockets the cash, and thanks the boss for his kindness. At that moment a woman comes downstairs asking if her pizza has arrived, and it is teacher Zia, who was absolutely shocked to see brother Wang at her door. He plays it off with a nervous smile, calling it a total coincidence. This suit is baffled. She knows a delivery guy, but she calls Wang Han her savior. She invites him into rest, but he politely declines, saying he has more orders. Her friend jumps in, mocking him for needing to work, which gets him a sharp rebuke. Wang Han tries to dip out, but teacher Zia runs after him, calling his name. She asks for a ride to work, putting him in a seriously awkward position. This rich friends protest, calling his beat-up scooter dangerous and offering a Porsche instead, except it is not a scooter, it is a high-end sport bike, and everyone is stunned silent. This redhead just glares at her friend completely over his pathetic attempts to show off, so teacher Zia hops on the back, waving goodbye as they prepare to leave. They speed away from the opulent mansion, leaving the others in their dust. Back on the porch the suit tries to get his date to eat, but her mood is ruined. She just blows him off, claiming she has urgent work, and walks away alone. They are tearing through the city streets on his bike, and he checks if he is going too fast for her, but teacher Zia is just enjoying the ride, holding on tight. Suddenly a familiar red sports car pulls up alongside them. It is her rich friend trying to get her to ditch the bike for a luxury car. Our boy immediately tries to pawn her off, not wanting any more trouble, so teacher Zia thanks him by asking him out to dinner this weekend. He gives the classic "I am busy" excuse, desperate to get away. Speeding off while she waves him a friendly goodbye, Wang Han just mutters that he cannot handle women. The stress is real. Later that evening he is back on dad duty, walking Guegua home, promising to cook for her as she happily calls him dad. But when they get to his apartment they find a pair of strange high heels at the door. Steam is pouring out from behind the bathroom door, and out walks the eldest princess in a towel, asking why he is so late. Wang Han immediately covers Guegua's eyes, telling her to get dressed, but the princess just coolly asks who the little girl is. He declares she is his daughter, trying to prove he is a married man, which prompts this woman to tell Guegua to call her mom, and Wang Han absolutely loses it, screaming at her audacity. Wang Han immediately tells the princess not to mess with the kid, but she just leans in and introduces herself as Guegua's new mom, so he quickly sends the little girl off to do her homework, leaving the two of them alone in a very tense living room. This princess immediately gets handsy, accusing him of getting married behind her. Back in our boy yelps that was a very personal, very painful attack. She follows up with a high kick, asking if he missed this kind of attention, while he just screams at her to put on some actual clothes, completely flustered. Unfazed, she just sits back and threatens him for daring to marry someone else. Wang Han tries to be the bigger person, tossing her a jacket and repeating that he is married, but she already knows all about his shotgun wedding to Suchi. He just cuts to the chase, asking how long she plans on staying, and she lays out her 2 reasons finding him in a business deal. A wave of relief hits Wang Han, at least she's not here to bother his wife. He tries to pivot to dinner, hoping to distract her with food, which only earns him a sarcastic jab about his new dad life. She gets right back in his face, grabbing his jacket to make a point, then calls him out for acting like a monk around her, and only her. Just then Guogwar reappears, tugging on her dress and saying she is hungry, and the poor kid immediately covers her eyes at whatever she just walked in on. Wang Han tries to shut down the drama, telling her to stop messing around so they can eat, then grabs Guogwa's hand, threatening to leave the princess behind for a dad-daughter meal, but she just smirks, promising he will be hers eventually. Zero boundaries, all confidence, so they head out to some ridiculously high-end restaurant in the city, where the princess immediately starts playing mom, offering to buy Guogwa anything. And she quickly corrects the kid, it is godmother, not auntie, a total power move. They're led to a massive private room, which Wang Han just dismisses with a casual "it'll do." This princess immediately starts teasing him about being a reluctant godfather, earning a sharp rebuke, while in another room 2 shady businessmen are meeting with a certain brother Lei. His lackey reports that some big project got snatched and it is somehow tied to a Lin Qingyan, revealing the project is now controlled by none other than Wang Han's wife Suchi. This brother Lei hatches a scummy plan, dig up dirt on Suchi and her delivery guy husband to ruin her. His goon loves the idea. Just as a waiter walks in to serve their table and brother Lei does a double take, the waiter looks suspiciously like the guy who outbid him. His buddy scoffs, saying it cannot possibly be Suchi's husband, but decides to check anyway, peeking out the door to see Wang Han, Gui and the princess having a lavish dinner. It is a perfect little family scene, with the princess doting on the kid with a chicken leg, and the spy just grins, realizing he has struck blackmail gold. What a show. After dinner the princess walks them out, promising another family outing soon, but later she is back at his apartment building, wondering why he is not answering his phone. Wang Han tries to play it cool, telling Guogwa to do her homework when they get back, but his wife Suchi is standing right there, completely blindsided by the scene. This tension just hangs in the air for a beat, and the princess immediately introduces herself, putting on a very friendly face for Suchi. Wang Han scrambles with the worst lie ever, claiming the princess is some distant cousin in town for business. This whole crew just stands there awkwardly, with the princess trying to make a quick exit, but Suchi's suspicious glare says she is absolutely not buying a word of this. Desperate to keep the peace, Wang Han quickly invites the princess to stay for a meal. This princess immediately pokes a hole in his story, asking why a married couple is not living together, so Suchi calls his bluff, telling him to open the door, and he has no choice but to obey. Our boy is now stuck between 2 women ready for war. Realizing this is a certified battlefield, he tries to defuse the situation by sending Guogwa to her room and volunteering to cook. Left alone, Suchi immediately starts interrogating the princess about his newfound cooking skills. She mentions he only ever cooked for her, which prompts the princess to demand a taste too. And Wang Han points out she just ate a massive dinner, but that is clearly not the point. With a dramatic stretch, the princess just declares she is hungry again, completely shameless. Suchi's patience is clearly wearing thin, telling her to just act normal for once. Then she offers the sister some water with a smile that could cut glass, but the princess fires back that Suchi is younger and should be calling asterisk her asterisk big sister. Completely unbothered, she just leans back and asks when dinner will finally be ready. Wang Han serves up some noodles, trying his best to play diplomat in this war zone. And Suchi just stares at the bowl, the silence absolutely deafening. Of course, the princess immediately starts trouble, getting way too close for comfort. But Suchi just ignores her, calmly starting on her meal. Then she drops a tactical nuke, claiming she is pregnant and needs vinegar, a total power play. While the princess is reeling, Wang Han threatens her to just eat, but she is not backing down. At that moment, Guogu appears, asking for a story. Perfect timing, kid. This princess immediately tries to co-opt the kid, offering a story from mom. But Guogu politely calls her auntie, which gets an instant demanding correction. She even tries bribing her with candy for the title, a truly desperate play. Suchi calmly tells her to quit it, savoring every second of this failure. Calling the kid over, Suchi officially enters the "Who is the real mom" contest. She looks Guogu right in the eye and tells her to call asterisk her mom, a stone-cold finisher. This poor kid is just stunned into silence, caught in this domestic crossfire, and Wang Han is just standing there with a bowl, the absolute picture of uselessness. Finally, Guogu makes her choice, calling Suchi mom and sealing the victory for Team Wife. With a polite "take your time," Suchi leads the kid away, leaving the princess to her cold noodles. Wang Han just tells her to eat, and she grumpily agrees, having lost this round completely. Later, he sets the ground rules for sleeping. She gets a room, he is on the couch. But the princess cannot resist one last jab, asking why a married couple sleeps apart. Wang Han just tells her to eat and go to sleep, completely over the drama for one night. But then Su Chi appears, telling him to go to bed, and he meekly obeys, which has the princess fuming that she has never seen him so compliant before. This next morning arrives, all bright and deceptively peaceful, until you see Wang Han doing a casual handstand on the balcony railing, as one does. And Su Chi just calmly tells him breakfast is ready, not even blinking at the stunt. She is not eating though, announcing she is heading straight to the company for her project. Immediately shutting down his offer to drive her, telling him to handle Guogu instead. His follow-up offer to pick her up from work gets an equally frosty rejection. Wang Han just smirks to himself, clearly amused by her temper. In her car, Su Chi gets a frantic call. A smear campaign has hit the news and her project is frozen. And she is in total shock as her assistant sends her the link. There it is, the dinner photos twisted into a story about her wrecking a delivery guy's family. So Su Chi is absolutely furious, demanding to know who is responsible for this. Back at the apartment, the princess dramatically announces the news, but he just dismisses her. So she shoves her phone in his face, telling him to see the proof for himself. After one look at the article, Wang Han's expression turns deadly serious. Someone has a death wish. He immediately makes a call to a contact named Wen Long ready to handle this problem permanently. Meanwhile, at a high-end hotel, the real culprit is celebrating. And we meet a young Master Su, gloating in bed with a woman about his victory. This young Master Su is feeling pretty good about himself, basking in his so-called victory. And he is ready to celebrate Su Chi's downfall. What a class act. But his party gets crashed by a boot kicking the door clean off its hinges. Standing in the doorway is a very serious-looking crew, led by a guy with some intense tattoos. And young Master Su immediately recognizes Boss One, his smugness evaporating instantly. This boss tells him to get dressed for a visitor, but our villain tries to play it cool, asking who dare. Which earns him a sharp rebuke. The time for questions is clearly over. Then the real guest of honor steps through, Wang Han looking like he owns the place. And the man with the eye patch, Wen Long confirms his arrival. Young Master Su just scoffs, calling out the delivery guy for being in the wrong place. He just keeps running his mouth, completely oblivious to the danger he is in. Unbothered, Wang Han just calmly picks up a nearby vase, and promptly smashes it right over the loudmouth's head. This villain is absolutely stunned, bleeding, and asking if Wang Han has a death wish. So our boy answers with a backhand that sends spit flying. A swift kick sends the scumbag sprawling to the floor, ending the fight before it even began. And Wang Han yanks him up by the collar, his face already a mess. He demands to know why he'd treat his own sister Su Chi that way, but the guy just spits that she is not his sister. Which is absolutely the wrong thing to say to a man with glowing red eyes. With one final, devastating punch, Wang Han puts the trash right back on the floor where it belongs. Young Master Su tries to bribe Wen Long, offering double to kill Wang Han, a bold move for a guy on his knees. Which earns him a swift kick to the face from a goon for disrespecting Brother Han. And Wang Han lays out the plan: make this clown force the media to delete everything and clarify the truth. So the enforcer gives him a little encouragement, telling him to listen to the man. But our villain is a slow learner, still begging for help against the delivery guy. So the goon winds up another slap, tired of hearing the same nonsense. And after a bit more persuasion, he is promising to make the media retract everything. With the goon just smirking that this would have been easier without the beating. Meanwhile, back at Su Chi's corporate tower, the fallout is just beginning. Where her assistant reports the media wants 80 million to delete the news, which Su Chi calls straight up robbery. And just then, two family members storm in, yelling about how she has disgraced them all. But Su Chi calmly tells them it is all a lie. Though the old man just calls her a homewrecker, announcing another president is on the way. Because he does not care if she is innocent, he just wants the problem solved now. Revealing their real play, they will help if she gives up her power in the company. And her rival whines that the project should have been his, calling her success dog shit luck. But Su Chi is not backing down, refusing to hand over a thing. So the patriarch punctuates his argument by slamming his cane on the floor very subtle. Pulling the for the family card, insisting she is too young and has no choice. But at that exact moment, her assistant opens the door, announcing another president's arrival. And in walks another president, flanked by Su Chi's delightful family vultures. While her rival immediately starts sucking up, promising to handle the unfortunate scandal. But the patriarch just yells at Su Chi to hand over the project, since she is clearly incompetent. Right on cue, her assistant rushes in. The negative news has been completely resolved. Leaving Su Chi absolutely floored, wondering how that is even possible. Her relatives are just as stunned, discovering all the articles have vanished from the web. So the old man tries to argue she is still a risk, but President Liu shuts him down cold. With her business done, President Liu just waves goodbye, leaving the schemers in the dust. Suchi quickly calls out to her, a sudden realization dawning on her face, asking if she can meet President Liu's boss, the mysterious person behind all this. This president just gives a sly smile, saying her boss is a bit of an enigma. And then she just walks out, leaving Suchi in charge and her family absolutely seething. As they leave, the rival threatens her, but Suchi knows exactly who the real problem is. Left alone, she is still trying to figure out who her secret guardian angel could be, until a quick phone check reveals the official story. The deliverman was fired for the scandal. Meanwhile, over at the delivery center, Wang Han casually rolls up on his bike, not a care in the world. He asks a buddy for a power bank, completely oblivious to the morning's chaos. But his friend is practically hyperventilating, telling him he is all over the news. And when Wang Han brushes it off, the guy clarifies he has been fired. Wang Han just scoffs at the news, asking who would even dare fire him. Right on cue, the station manager appears to answer that very question. He officially gives Wang Han the boot, citing his bad influence on the company's image. But Wang Han argues the news was already proven fake. Facts do not matter, apparently. This manager plays the good guy, offering to hook him up with a security gig through his cousin. He even throws in some condescending advice about not living off a woman. What a pal. Handing over a business card, he seals the deal on this very polite termination. His co-workers give him some parting words, telling him to maybe brag a little less at the next job. While he is just trying to have a smoke, a voice calls out looking for him. His buddy is absolutely bug-eyed, pointing at whoever just arrived. And it is a very well-dressed woman calling out for Brother Wang, who his friends immediately recognize as Teacher Zia, adding to the confusion. She explains his phone was off, so she had to track him down the old-fashioned way. Wang Han just calmly asks what she needs, with his crew still gawking behind him. Turns out her father wants to meet him, and this probably is not the best place to chat. He just agrees, since he was about to leave anyway, having just been fired. As they drive off, his friends immediately start the rumor mill, guessing she is pregnant. This manager breaks up the gossip with a swift kick, telling them to get back to work. Just then, another luxury car screeches to a halt right in front of them. This guys wonder what is with all the fancy cars today, as a woman in heels steps out. And of course, another absolute bombshell in a luxury car pulls up, asking for Wang Han, leaving his co-workers completely starstruck and demanding to know who she is. So she just drops the bomb that she is his wife, here to take him home, which has the guys absolutely losing it, because that makes *2 wives for Brother Han. One of them helpfully points out he just drove off with another woman a minute ago. And this new arrival is clearly not amused that he has already given her the slip. Meanwhile, Wang Han and Teacher Zia are cruising on a motorcycle through the city, pulling up to a massive, traditional-looking building, the White Tiger Martial Arts Hall. She leads him inside, explaining her father is just up the stairs, where they are immediately greeted by a big, muscular disciple named Kong Hong. Wang Ying introduces Wang Han, but Kong just condescendingly asks if he is a new apprentice. But she corrects him, this is the new martial arts instructor her father personally invited. Kong just laughs in his face, saying a guy with his small frame could not possibly be an instructor. And when she tries to move past, he physically blocks their path. He then tries to ask her out with concert tickets, but she shuts him down cold, saying she has plans with Wang Han. Grabbing our boy's hand, she tells the big lud to please make way. And they walk right past him up the stairs, leaving him fuming. This camera gives us a nice close-up of them holding hands. Oh, it is like that asterisk. Kong is now officially triggered, vowing to tear apart the little bastard for stealing his woman. Finally, they arrive to meet her father, who is waiting patiently at a tea table. Her father lays on the charm, asking why she did not announce such a distinguished guest. And Master Zia offers a handshake, all smiles and respect for Brother Wang. But of course, it is a secret martial arts power check handshake classic, leaving the old man impressed by his internal force while Wang Han plays it cool. He even introduces Wang Han to another master, bragging about how he saved his daughter. Before getting straight to the point, be an instructor, get 5% of the company in a year. Wang Ying says he does not need money, but Wang Han's like, actually I am broke and unemployed. So the master laughs and pivots to a salary, 50,000 a month, which Wang Han accepts on the spot, not even a second of hesitation. This old guys are absolutely thrilled, celebrating their new hire like they won the lottery. With business settled, it is time for a tour of his new workplace, where Master Zia gathers all the students on the main floor for an announcement, and he introduces Wang Han as the new instructor, who gives a polite little speech. These students, led by our jealous friend Kong, are immediately unimpressed by his build. So Kong immediately steps up, asking what styles he knows, practically begging for a fight. Won Han just casually lists off like every martial art known to man, and when Kong calls him a braggart, our boy just says he's got a big appetite. That is it for Kong, who officially challenges him to a spar, calling him all talk. And Wang Ying tries to shut it down, but Kong insists they cannot have a weakling for a teacher. This other students totally agree, demanding a fight to see what the new guy's made of. Master Zia suggests a little demonstration for the class, and Wang Han is more than happy to oblige. Kong immediately steps forward, promising not to kill him. What a gentleman. Our boy just smirks back, saying what a coincidence, he hits hard too. So Kong makes it a wager, if he wins, he gets to take Wang Ying to the concert. Wang Han says it is up to her, but she is already asking what happens when he loses. This guy just laughs, saying if he loses, Wang Han can have whatever he wants. Wang Ying jumps in with the counteroffer, if Kong loses, she is taking Wang Han with those tickets. Kong asks the master if it is okay to rough him up, getting told to dial back the ego. This challenger clears the floor, promising no mercy while Wang Han just tells him to bring it. Kong is officially triggered by the calm confidence, all talk, he thinks. And with that, he throws the first punch, ready to test the new guy's worth, which Wang Han stops cold with one hand, much to Kang's absolute shock. Then he just twists the guy's arm back, completely taking control, following up with a palm strike right to the chest, and a knee to the gut sends the big man flying. Wang Han just dusts off his hands, critiquing his form like a disappointed teacher. Kong is left coughing on the floor as Wang Ying cheers for her amazing brother Wang. This other master points out he was only using 30% power anymore and Kong would be hospitalized. Our boy Kong is just seething on the mat, utterly humiliated, but he is not done yet, launching himself at Wang Han for round 2 as Wang Ying screams a warning. Kong goes for a cheap shot from behind, trying to take him out, but Wang Han just effortlessly flips the big guy right over his shoulder. And from the floor, Kong smirks about how kindness is cruelty, what a philosopher. Wang Ying calls him out for having no martial virtue and the masters are not impressed. But this guy just gets up, declaring winner takes all as he preps a kick. He unleashes a flying kick, yelling for our boy to eat his dust, which Wang Han dodges like it is absolutely nothing, leaving Kong baffled. Now on the ground, Kong demands to know why he is only dodging. So Wang Han just stands there, calmly telling him his punches are way too slow. Then he drops a whole kung fu lesson on him about how only speed is undefeated. But Kong is having none of it, telling him to shut up and fight. He throws a wild flurry of attacks and Wang Han just dances around every single one, blocking another punch with a taunt. Is this really all the skill he has? After 15 years of training, Kong is officially done playing and now he is going for the kill. This other master recognizes the move, a lethal elbow to the heart. This is not a spar anymore. Leaving Wang Ying to watch in horror, completely terrified for Wang Han, but our boy stops the killing blow with one hand, casually saying, "I told you, you were too slow." He finishes, looking down at the utterly stunned Kong, and with one swift kick he sends the senior student flying across the mat. This entire class is stunned, he took out their senior with a single kick. Wang Ying is completely smitten, hanging off his arm and calling him amazing. While the old masters are already calling him a grandmaster-level son-in-law, Wang Han plays the good guy, apologizing for hurting the disciple, but Master Zia is just thrilled. While Kang's buddies are told to call an ambulance, our boy gets invited upstairs for a chat. Well guys, that's the end of the video. If you like this video, comment part 2 in the comments section. Also subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell and like the video. Thank you for watching and see you next time again.